Hello, Shemai, and welcome to my wild, wet, windy Welsh garden. My name's Isabel and I garden here at the top of the Swansea Valley in Wales. I've always been a conventional gardener, but this year I've decided to become a wild gardener and turn my garden into a haven for wildlife. And on days like this, I'm really glad that I've got plenty of places for wildlife to shelter in my garden. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any gardening done today. It's very easy for me to feel quite low when the weather's bad. I always say my mood is weather dependent. So I thought it might be a good idea to take you on a tour of the garden in the rain, as it does rain rather a lot here in Wales. People seem to enjoy my October garden tour, so this is a garden tour with a twist. This is the view from my back door, my garden in the rain from my back door. There's some nice autumn colour there from the witch hazel and a little robin ticking from the top of the gate there. Some more autumn colour from the sedums. And then this amazing euonymus, I think it is, a flame bush, which it's not native to the UK, so not really good news for wildlife, but it just looks fabulous, so it can stay. And there it is a bit closer up, with bedecked by jewel-like raindrops. And then there's an acer down there which is turning a lovely colour. It's in a pot and I've put it down there because the garden does get quite windy and I know they don't like the wind. But to be honest, I'm not very good with things in pots. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the compost that I use or the size of the pot that I use or that I just neglect them. But they never do very well for me. And then over there, behind the bird table, if you peep through between the azalea and that little tiny rhododendron, you can see the lovely red stems of the corners. Now, that was a little bit of a design fault really, because I do like to have the things of winter interest so I can see them from my kitchen, because you know, in the winter that's where I spend most of my time. So it's kind of in the wrong place really. I tried to take some cuttings this year and I was going to plant another one where I could see it, but I think I might have lost them. And I've just noticed on this azalea, whose leaves are turning a lovely dark reddy green as well, there's this fabulous lichen. I do hope it's in focus. In fact, there's two different sorts. I'll see if I can get a bit closer for you. Hang on. There you go, there's a sort of fluffy one there. I think that's in focus. And then there's a sort of flatter one. I'll pull back a bit. I think that's in focus. And now I'm sheltering in my polytunnel. And this is a Weigelia, which was here when I came. It has grown a bit. Still throwing out a few flowers. And then next to it, an arch On this side it has a sort of lilac coloured clematis which is shooting. It thinks it's spring, poor thing. There are quite a few confused plants in this garden. And this is my over 100-year-old shed. And then on that side of the arch there is a honeysuckle which is going to grow all the way over the top of it and just look lovely and smell amazing in the spring. Now I'm sheltering in my summer house. Another bit of autumn colour there from the yellow cornus, well, green, has sort of yellowy green stems which get brighter green as the winter goes on. A starling over there on the bird feeder pergola. There he goes, looking for his friends. And now I'm sheltering in my shed. And nearly all the leaves have gone from my lovely creeper. All just the bare stalks. These are the only leaves that are left. It's just been stunning. And all the leaves are on the floor. I'll just leave them there. And I don't know if you can see all the rose hips over there against my neighbour's house. A great feast for birds. And over there the cosmos are still flowering, and the calendula, yellow and orange calendula. The rain's almost stopped for a minute, and I've just noticed that the mashua on this arch is actually flowering. Mashua is, or mashua, one or the other, is a little tuber. I think it comes from South America, and it's behaves a bit like a Jerusalem artichoke. You plant it and then it grows, and then you dig it up and harvest the tubers and you eat them. You roast them, and they taste a bit nutty. Oh, it's raining again now. But just like Jerusalem artichokes, obviously once you've got them you're never without them, because I dug them up last year and this one's grown again this year. Last year it didn't flower, but these are really rather pretty. There are the flowers closer up. They're really pretty. So, a couple of weeks. What a shame, just as it started flowering, I shall be digging it up. And now I've come to shelter in my greenhouse. As you can see, my gutter's not very good, but it's nice and dry and snug in here. Got my aeoniums. when it gets colder, I shall take those into the house because they won't like the frost. And my pelargoniums. I would love to have a greenhouse full of scented pelargoniums, but I don't know, they don't like me for some reason. Can't grow them. And then all these lovely calendula. Yeah, well, my gutter doesn't work very well on that side either. The geranium Rosanne is still flowering. And the cosmos. And my winter flowering cherry is actually flowering. The leaves haven't come off. I did think it was supposed to flower in like January or February, but it's flowering now at the beginning of November, so the leaves are just beginning to turn that sort of pinky green. Getting quite stormy now. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your visit to my wild Welsh garden, which I do have to say is getting pretty wild, but there is a storm on its way. Yeah, so hope you've enjoyed a garden tour with a difference, and I hope you'll come again. If you'd like to come again, see more of my wilding journey, then please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Hwyl am y tro!